Most of you have probably already seen this news yesterday, but I already had a couple of other videos coming out, so I didn't want to cram a third one into the same day. Corvette has announced a Vision GT car. I know many of you love Vision GTs so much, but this is interesting news because it's another one of those what seems to be becoming a bit of a trend. Genesis did a similar thing, and we've seen a few other kind of combos of concept and racing version where it's actually what appears to be two different versions of this Vision GT, which they're calling the CXR. I think personally it's a stunning looking car. It gives me kind of the Ferrari Vision GT vibes, very hypercar, more so very GTP Corvette-esque, which I actually kind of love. If you look back to the years and years ago now Corvette GTP race car, that if you Google it, it comes up with a no livery blue version, and it even looks like a preview of what would become the mid-engine C8 version as well. So this is almost like bringing it all the way back around in a funny kind of way to make it that mid-engine track-focused monster. Now, speaking to this car being monstrous and also to the thumbnail, the two different versions are wildly different. There's a more silver version with less aero, very minimal aero, almost like Jaguar CX-75-esque in a funny kind of way, which of course I'm a fan of, which apparently is going to have about 2,000 horsepower. That sounds like hybrid territory to me, if not full electric. The racing version is far more modest at a mere 900 horsepower. So in both cases, Gr1, pretty obviously, and of course the concept version, which will presumably just be its own thing as many of them are, doubtless they're both going to be extremely rapid. The thing is, I have much higher hopes for the racing version. Not only is it a more obvious thing to do, it's a more exciting looking car, although it's going to be slower, it will probably be more useful. The fact that you can also do more to it is a key point, because even without seeing the other version yet, you can say with almost 100% certainty you won't be able to do much to the car, which is part of the main reason why so many players don't like Vision GT cars. It blows my mind that there isn't at least one, I don't know, below middle-aged person working at any of these companies in their marketing division, and maybe there is and they're just not being listened to, somebody who actually checks the pulse on this kind of stuff, because this is, let's say it as it is, marketing. It's about gaining eyes to the brand. It's not because suddenly, you know, Seat or Skoda love racing games. It's about marketing. It's about putting their brand in front of younger eyes in particular. But then you have to hope that at least somebody in these companies is actually looking at the response to these cars beyond just the, you know, yes company men, and see what people are actually saying about these cars. And the negative sentiment about a lot of them does outweigh the positive, and a lot of it is because you just can't use the cars for much, and we're sorry to break it to you manufacturers, but we don't really care about your rolling ads. They might look nice, but we'll probably only use it once unless you can actually do something useful with it. There's a reason why, after all, stuff like the Tomahawk is such a popular car, because it's so ridiculously OP. There was a reason why the Mercedes Vision GT was so popular in Gran Turismo 6, because it was like one of the first ones in the game, and you could actually modify it, and it made a huge difference. Compare that to now in GT7, and you can have something as potentially iconic as a Lamborghini Vision GT end up being an absolute waste of space that most players don't enjoy driving at all. You know you've done something wrong there when a Skoda is more enjoyable and more useful, you could say, than the Lamborghini. When it comes to this one, I would like to hope that given how much gaming experience Corvette has in terms of being in so many games, doubtless they've liaised with so many different companies in terms of putting their cars in games, how their cars are received in games. I would like to hope that a brand like Corvette would have their finger on the pulse a bit more. The fact that they have two different versions, much like Genesis, indicates to me they are hoping that the car will get more use in the game, and that's great to see. I do still, though, have expectations when it comes to that 2,000 horsepower concept version that unfortunately we probably won't be able to do much to it. And I really don't get why they're doing that, because it's hurting their own brand. Maybe it's a polyphony decision rather than a brand decision. I really don't know. Whatever it is, much like a lot of Gran Turismo, it doesn't make much sense. That's it for this bit of news, though. Of course, we'll have to see when it drops. This now, along with the Xiaomi, we are also waiting for in the game. Another extremely quick and probably fairly soulless car when it comes to tuning, if nothing else, whenever it does arrive in Gran Turismo at least. That's it for this bit of news, of course. Stick around for more, and for now, thanks for watching.